This has definitely been a difficult time for so many of us, and during these uncertain times, mental health issues and relationship issues are a huge concern. The team at Pine Rest helping people at home using teletherapy. So Gina Holthouse is the manager of Pine Rest Teletherapy Clinic, and she's joining us now to explain how the whole program works. Welcome to 8 West, Jean.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the kinds of issues or the kinds of ways people may be feeling that would have them reach out to experience teletherapy.
We as a whole, as a country, we're all under stress. And so there's lots of different things that happen when we're under stress, and we can handle it for a little period of time. But when it goes on like this and there's a lot of unknowns, people start to feel ongoingly anxious or depressed, or they're just beginning to have relationship issues, or like high school students, they've been kind of left with the schoolwork part, but they really don't have any of the good stuff that they went to school for normally, and that can create increased anxiety and depression for them as well. So everybody's kind of struggling with those sorts of things, some more than others, but it's hard for all of us.
Yeah, it is hard for all of us, and I know that for so many of us, maybe we feel like we're on that emotional roller coaster ride. How would you know if you're experiencing something that's normal or something that maybe requires you to reach out to a professional for some help?
Yeah, that's a really good question. We have a tendency to kind of ignore it and say, oh, it's not that bad, oh, it's not that bad, oh, it's not that bad, until it's really bad. And then we seek help, and by that time it's harder to treat. So it's those places of looking, is it kind of ongoing and kind of nagging at you all the time? And is it interfering with your ability to be productive in the ways you normally would, to have relationships that are healthy? Are you seeing it causing problems in some way? And if it is, then it's better to kind of, it's kind of like you want to take your car in for help when it's having a little clink, not when it's dead on the side of the road. It's that place of, if it's a little problem, seek help then.
Yeah, and let's talk about the whole idea of teletherapy. I know Pine Rest, you have been on the forefront really of pioneering this as an option for mental health treatment. So how does that process work for a patient and a caregiver?
Sure. All you have to do is have an appointment, and we send you a video link through your email. And if you have any smart device at all, so if you have a phone or an iPad or a computer of any sort, you just click on the link and it launches the meeting, and your therapist will be on the other end on a screen as well. And you just talk like you would in the office at that point then.
And is this something that someone maybe would be able to see or do these virtual visits with the same provider on a weekly or bi-weekly basis?
We use the same providers, so you would have a person that's your provider, and they would follow you through the course of your treatment. And if for some reason that didn't work, we would switch you to a new provider. But generally speaking, you see the first person that you talk to all the way through, and they help you with your problems.
And do you find that people may be even almost more willing to open up because they are in a comfortable space? Maybe they feel like they're private and protected in their home. Maybe they're in their car or someplace that's familiar to them. Talking to someone instead of being face-to-face in person?
Yeah, it's a little bit different because you've got the technology to deal with, and that's scary to some people. It's not really as hard as you think it would be, and some people, they've tried it, have gone, oh, this isn't so bad. And you do get to sit in your home comfortably. You can be on your couch. You don't have to get out of your jammies if you don't want to.
Yeah, it is nice. And who is, in terms of the age range, are you able to work with and treat even children this way?
Yes, at this point in time, we're treating all ages, so from small children all the way to seniors. We have services available for everyone.
Okay, so let's talk about the access. How long does it take to get an appointment, and how many providers do you have utilizing this kind of therapy?
So we've currently trained all of our outpatient providers, so all of our psychiatry, that help with medicine, and all of our therapists are trained. And so we have over 250 therapists and medication providers that can help to provide services. And we have openings every day that are available, so you can seek treatment and get in quickly. You're not going to be put off for months and months before you could see someone.
Yeah, that is nice, because typically you think that to get mental health treatment, sometimes there is an access issue, but this allows almost that immediate access, and certainly same day if it is required. So let's talk about the cost of this and about using insurance and maybe people who don't have insurance.
Sure. All of the insurance companies have said that they cover telehealth now, and they also are, a lot of them, waiving copays because they know that this is a very stressful time and they want to invest in your health proactively instead of reactively. So a lot of them are waiving their copays. And if for some reason you have lost your insurance, you've maybe been furloughed or lost your job for some way, there are also funds available to help with that. Organizations like the United Way have helped to provide resources so that we can assist people who are struggling financially.
Yeah, Jean, sometimes you can feel like you're all alone when you're struggling with a mental health issue, especially in this kind of really uncertain time. If you've never been someone who struggled in the past, people aren't alone, though. The numbers really are quite staggering.
Yeah, there's not anybody that hasn't been affected in some way by this. And we've lost a lot of the things that would be our social supports that would normally be around us to help us through situations like this. So everyone's been affected in some way. And it's important to kind of be aware of that and be willing to seek help.
And if people are interested in reaching out to you, how would they do that?
You can go to our website, and you can actually either join by video on our website, or the number to join, to kind of call for a first appointment, is on our website as well, along with a lot of information about telehealth that will answer a lot of your questions. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know if I could do this or not. So we've put a question and answer section on our webpage as well.
Yeah, definitely a great resource. People are able to get assistance if they need it. And moving forward, I would see that this is something that will continue to expand. You already at Pine Rest have been using telehealth for several years, but boy, the expansion has been incredible.
Yes, it has been. And we're thinking that a lot of people are going to say, oh, I kind of like this, and stay. And because it's more readily accessible and the entire country has kind of been exposed to telehealth now, there'll also be more people that say, oh, I could choose this starting out as a way to do it.
What has the rise in numbers been like?
We went, we had a telehealth clinic, and we were doing about 400 to 500 visits a month. And we went from that to doing 5,000 visits a week when we shifted all of our clinics to outpatients. So it's really changed a lot.
Well, definitely. Well, thank you. And thanks to your team for being on the front lines. You're definitely essential workers. We know taking care of our mental health is a big part of who we are as human beings. So thanks to you and the team at Pine Rest.
Well, thank you.